Hey, it's great to be back, folks. How you doing? This is Jeff. This is with JTT, and I'm live finally. Been a while. I try to commit myself to try to go live at least once a week, preferably Saturday, Sunday. And what I want to talk about, well, movies. Start with something fun, like Godzilla minus one. I already uploaded some things talking about that, and I saw the trailer for Godzilla minus one. So you got to picture it this way, though. We know about the history of what happened in Japan. At the end of World War II, we dropped a nuke on them. Oh, yeah. I think one is Hiroshima and the other one's Nagasaki. Now, mind you, I think it must have been like about a year after the two bombs were dropped and Japan was under U.S. occupation. So basically, the people in Japan pretty much started from nothing. I mean, like they were low. They're starting low. Then you got this giant angry lizard stomping about. So Japan cannot catch a break. The people's like with things for people in Japan went from bad to worse. So I'm going like, oh my goodness. And the thing is though, is that difference between this particular Godzilla movie is like instead of seeing it like from a distance where you're safe and don't have to worry about it, they put you ground level where Godzilla's at. So like I said, me personally, I never got a chance to be a giant stomping monster. But like the moment he stumps his foot, the ground rises, knocking you aside. And you think you got outrun it? No, you can't. You keep forgetting this thing is over like about, I think, close to 200 feet tall. And each step could overtake you. But like I said before in one of the videos, like, why can't people just run to the sides instead of run forward? You got this giant monster right behind you. Go to the side. But the problem is still, you got that giant tail swish up out, and that tail is long and it's heavy. And if you get hit by the tail alone, you're done. But it's got to knock over all sorts of debris. The tail's like a living, breathing, like a living tsunami. It's going to swipe and knock you out off the senses, pretty much. And like I said before, the only way you can be safe, you'd be a couple miles away from there. As so long he doesn't use his atomic breath. Now, once he uses atomic breath, there's no chance, there's no hope. You're done. You cremated. Simple as that. But I think he's Godzilla minus one is coming somewhere in December, and I can't wait to catch that one. And oh yeah, I almost forgot the last part of the trailer. They dropped a nuke on Godzilla. Now you think that would take him out? Nope, that would make Godzilla angrier. Yeah, he got burned. He suffered from radiation burns, but that would make Godzilla even angrier. So you think he was angry before? Yeah, now you got a serious problem. Next, you got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. You like I said before the other video, this grudge match, Aquaman versus Black Manta, you know it was coming. You knew it was coming, and I'm not surprised. But Black Manta got a hold of a weapon that could put Aquaman on equal ground, if not have an advantage. That's an amazement. That's totally incredible. And let me wrap this up about in terms of movies about the project I was doing. I was comparing like, original versus reboot. The original is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, based on the book. I forgot when the book was made. It must have been a long time ago. The one where Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory starred Gene Wilder. And I was told to open the credits. Like I said, I've been watching this one with Gene Wilder for many, many, many years. It was incredible. I remember as a kid seeing the trailers for this movie. That's how far back, I can remember this. And I look at the opening credits of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the way the chocolate is made. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt nostalgic. I felt like, I felt like a kid, overwhelming sense of peace, happiness, and all that. Then you got the one with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and the director, that one is none other than Tim Burton. Yeah, that's what you got in here, Tim Burton. So it's gonna be a little strange, a little crazy, no question about it. Now, directed from Willie and the Chocolate Factory is by David Walper. When I post this one, I'm gonna show all the TV shows, all the movies he put out. It's amazing. This guy put a lot of stuff out there back in the day. But Tim Burton put some very like unique stuff, make it go like, wow. Now, the difference between like, the opening credits from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and what Tim Burton puts out is different. Because it starts almost like, almost like scary, menacing. Even when they make the chocolate seems like almost menacing. It's like, are you supposed to entice me or scare me? What's going on? But I'm not gonna tell you what was different because there's something I've seen that says like, okay, right off the bat, it sets apart from the opening credits of the 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and all that. You get a glimpse of one of the Oompa Loompas, and wow. Basically, my impression of how the kid's gonna be like, oh, what the kid's gonna be is gonna be like watching the younger version of the Seven Deadly Sins, and I'm being serious because I go into detail how the kids are, but the kids seem to be extremely spoiled, extremely entitled. Sounds like a certain generation. Hmm. Man, oh man. But in terms of movie, those like movies gonna be it's gonna be off the chain. I also just seen recently about a couple of weeks ago, Equalizer 3, never disappoint. And the only thing cool, the biggest coolest thing about that, you have Denzel Washington reunited with Dakota Fanning. Those two starred together in the movie Man on Fire. It's like if you want to one what it's like to see the Punisher as a black man, yeah, you see Denzel for that one. Seriously, you see Man on Fire, you go like, wow, he be taking cues from Frank Castle. That's incredible. But what else? Like I said, movie's gonna be great. But in terms of what's going on now, they in Tennessee. I forgot the name of this law. Well, before I get to that, I was looking at this earlier. It talks about a video about two humpback whales disrupting killer whales from trying to hunt baby seals. Well, let me be brief on this one here. The humpback whales have been on the orca's lunch menu forever. Seriously, the orcas are the equivalent of sea wolves. They're like the apex predators of the sea. I mean, no one's gonna mess with them. I don't. Polar bears normally you think like no one could beat them. No, if that polar bear falls deep in the water and there's an orca nearby, it's a wrap. Once in the water, you're in orca's world. Simple as that. And you got like a huge group of them hunting down these orca whales. No, these humpback whales, taking them out. Simple as that. But this been going on so long. The orca whales have an ingrained fear and hatred of these orcas, these killer whales. And besides humpback whales, they've been known to hunt seals. According to the story I read right here, seal has been seen, and there have been videos of one seal riding on the humpback whales. These humpback whales will harass the killer whales for hours to make sure they won't eat. The only thing these killer whales eat is just cold disappointment. But let me get back to what I was trying to talk about earlier, though. Get to this phone here. It's about paternity testing. Yes, that subject. And I saw some stories, saw some videos that kind of broke my heart. And one of them is about I'm not gonna mention the man's name, but this man married his high school sweetheart. And for 10 years to be married, he had three kids. Now, one day, his wife looked at him saying, like, I no longer love you. I'm no longer in love with you. I want a divorce. That broke the man's heart. So it took a few years to get back on his feet. So he decided to join the military. Interesting. He decided to join the military, just to see the world and all that. Now his ex-wife finds out about that and wants to increase in child support. Shocker. Anyway, though, the military said like they had no problem with that, but they got to test the kids, all three of them, to be sure. Sure as anything, that's what they did. So they got the kids' DNA in front of the paternity court. The judge declared this. Okay, sir, as per your supposed oldest boy, you're not the father. And as for the middle child, the other boy, you're not the father. As for the baby girl, you're not the father. This poor man, this news crushed him so hard. He was crying so much, he fainted, passed out. The mother, straight faced, stone cold, said like it's his fault. He was the dummy for believing deals with his kids. He was married to you. He trusted you. He believed in you. And that's the best you could do? You call him a dummy because he trusted you. You're his wife. He's supposed to trust you. Are you kidding me? But like I said, it broke my heart when I saw that. It does. It got my nerves that there are women out there who actually have a problem with that, with mandatory testing. Women saying like, "Well, I don't like how my textiles be used for that." Number one, in Tennessee, is now being about to put into law. Before you sign a birth certificate, the child will be tested. And now paternity fraud is a crime. And there's some women who are paying a price for it, as they should, as they should. But mm. And like I said, this is just a start. Don't get me wrong, it's not there yet. It's not perfect, but it's a start. But they should make it nationwide because in one video I posted, like one about like 30% of the men tested who found out they're the father, not they're not the father. Simple as that. And unfortunately, I see some videos of women trying to make excuses for it. Say, what's the big deal? You can take care of the kid anyway. It's not your kid. The kid should be entitled to know who his real father is, and that father should be the one that bears responsibility. It's not fair. Like I said, if the man cheats and gets no one pregnant, he should pay a horrible price. If the woman if his wife wants to divorce him, yes, by all means, you know, take him for all he's worth. But what if the wife cheats? You hear excuses, tons and tons of excuses. I mean, come on, enough's enough. But like I said, if you can find paternity court, you can find it on TikTok. One in particular on TikTok, paternity court. I saw that shocked me. I got to see. I got to post that if I can. One man served 5 years in prison for not paying child support. I think he would pay like $30,000 or more for a kid that wasn't his. Now, finally got the actual DNA results, and the judge read out loud that when it comes to this boy, you're not the father. And he was angry, he was upset. The ex was like, why are you acting like this? And the judge said, like, considering what he's been put through, you can't blame him. And the judge asked, like, do you know who the father is? And the woman said with a straight face, yes, and I'll still be in contact with him. You knew all this time. Why did you allow this to happen? Why you put your ex's name on there instead of the man who's released the father? 5 years in prison, $30,000 he's not gonna get back. 5 years of his life he's not gonna get back. You know what it sounds like? I think it sounds like this woman's being petty and trying to ruin the man's life, and she succeeded. She screwed him over in the worst way imaginable. This is what happens when the Me Too movement is weaponized. And the sad part, there are women who does need to be protected, who does need help. But you got other women who game the system, and that's messed up. And that has to stop. But women wonder why men are not gonna bother anymore. They wonder why men are having their own movement called MGTOW, men going their own way, or MWA, men walking away. Passport Bros, to name a few. Red Pill, they had enough. The only thing men want is good traditional women. And what do we get? We got modern women trying to tell us how to be men, while most of them barely had any fathers in their lives. The reality is like not all modern women are evil. Facts. Not every female is evil. Facts. The problem is you got too many modern women acting like, that they know what they're doing, and they're not. We need more. There are women right now who's hitting that wall who are on social media as they explaining this. They say like, what we try to tell you women, if you're in your 20s, go have fun while you can. No. While you're young, pure and innocent, it's okay to get an education. I'm not going to tell you not to get an education. If you want to get an education, by all means, yes, get an education, get a job, get a good paying job, but don't put so much focus on your career that you're going to miss out on finding the man you can settle down with. And please, for the love of heaven or earth, stop listening to these feminists. I mean, it's not like these women sip the tea from feminists. They are chugging it like frat boys from a beer pong party. saying like, "I don't need a man, I don't want a man." You say that now until you really do, and then you can't find them. These women in their 30s, going their 40s, thinking like they have the same chance as they do in their 20s. No, you don't. Ladies, once you hit your 30s and 40s, you think you'll find the same type of guys as you did in your 20s? No, you're not. You will find some guys who find you attractive, but not the same caliber guys, not the guys you really, really want. Like I said, yes, do we all have to do better? I agree. Yes, yes. But like I said, in terms of my rant about paternity tests and all that stuff, yeah, I'm kind of done with that for now. But the paternity test should be nationwide, and it will, because right now it's going to pick up steam, it's going to get some traction, and it's not going to stop. As long as a man who got to fight child support, it's not going to stop. There's one person online once said, if this man got paid so much money for child support, he should get the kids. Yeah, facts. I'd like to go on, but I think that should be it today. Like I said, I want I'm doing this to like get myself back in the habit of doing live stream. I'm trying to find something more comprehensive to talk about. But these are things like off the top of my head and all. But hopefully next week, I think I know what I'm gonna be talking about next week, but I'll try to put it together better. But folks, if you heard me run my mouth and all that stuff, thank you. I appreciate it. And once again, I'm about 445 subscribers. Please help me get 55 more subscribers. Share, like, subscribe. I'll probably gonna upload a few more videos up. If you have any suggestions what videos to post and all that, please let me know. And right now, I got the right equipment to do some honest reactionary videos. It's gonna be just taking some time to get it perfected, but it's gonna get done. Until then, folks, thank you. Peace.